Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are today. Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as always. And it is a cool, sunny day, or it's going to be sunny in St. Louis, Missouri today. Hope it's great wherever you are in the world. Today we are on chapter 14 of The Power is Within. Coming to a close of the book. I hope you're doing some of the things I have suggested because it will make your life better. Many people think they have to change something on the outside to make their life better. But any change on the outside, unless preceded by a change within your consciousness, will only be temporary. First, you must change the within, and any change that results from that will be permanent. You cannot achieve anything lasting without changing your consciousness first. And that is one of the reasons I wrote this book, is to help you change the inner. And then the outer miraculously will change by itself. Yes, I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. Thinking precedes action, and action causes results. So you can look at it that way if you want to think of it more like that you're doing it. Actually, it's more being done to you. The longer I live, the more I realize that I'm not really doing it. It's being done unto me, or being done to me. That may be a strange concept to grasp if you're a younger man, but as you get older, you realize that most of the things that you do were basically chosen for you before you ever took the action, or before you ever thought of it consciously. It all emanates from your subconscious mind. So, without further ado, hit that like button, subscribe, and here we go. Chapter 14, The Power is Within. When you're ready. Are you ready? Let's see. I knew a couple who decided to build a new home. We are on location 1071. I knew a couple who decided to build a new home in their 70s, right where their old home was. There was nothing wrong with the house they were living in, but it wasn't their dream home. People questioned the idea. They don't have that much time anyway. Why build a new house? The kids are grown. They don't need all that space. They built the house anyway, and about a year later, the husband died. Should they have built it? Would you have? At what point in life should you stop trying to achieve your dreams? Never. Is there a cutoff point? If they hadn't built the house and both lived into their 90s, would they have regretted that decision? Even if they knew the husband was going to die, why not spend the last year doing something they had always wanted to do together? Indeed, don't listen to other people. Live life from your own center. Live the life you desire to live, without regard of what other people think. As long as what you're doing is not infringing upon other people's rights or hurting anyone, do it. What better way could they have occupied their time? What more loving gesture could he have done before passing? They did what brought joy to their hearts. I say build the home and a second one if that's what you want. You've only got one life, or one go around this time anyway, depending on what you believe in. If you believe in reincarnation, maybe you'll get another chance, but not in this body, not in this exact situation. At least, I don't think so. It's never too late until you believe it is. You don't know when you're going to be finished here on this rugged but beautiful ball in space. So how are you going to know when you finish doing what you were brought here to do? There is only one way to know. Your heart will stop beating and it won't start again. I guess unless they do the defibrillators on you. But then again, it's not your time. There's only one way to know. Your heart, okay. Then and only then are you done. Why would you ever stop pursuing whatever dream you have before then? Stop pursuing your dream, you stop living life, you start contracting, and you know where you're going next. But hey, if you're ready, go for it. Just pass on if that's what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with that. Most people don't have that problem. Most people never start. They come up with endless excuses to remain still and purposeless. Most of these excuses come back to parent blaming. They weren't caring enough. They weren't present enough. They were abusive. They were too caring. They didn't let me experience enough hardship. They weren't perfect. I'll let you in on 2 secrets. No parent is perfect, and you pick the ones you got. I should say the life force within you now that has always existed sent a vibration out into the universe, and a vibrational match in the form of your parents was the response. They were exactly what you needed to learn and grow into what you needed to become in order to accomplish what you need to accomplish. But they were mean as hell, Mark, you say. So were mine, or at least I thought they were. Now what are you going to do with your life? Are you going to admit that even though you didn't have perfect parents, that they still taught you a lot about life? Or are you going to continue blaming them for the problems that you keep causing for yourself? I know, because that's what I did for a long time. Most people in life play the blame game. Well, that may be fun, and it may be enjoyable, and it may relieve you. But guess what? It doesn't move you any closer toward your goals, and it doesn't cause you to expand or to grow. I mean, we can blame the government, we can blame our parents, we can blame our ex-wife, our ex-husband, or whatever it happens to be. But where does that get you? If you don't take the blame yourself, and look within yourself to see, how did I cause this? How did I create this? Disregard the other person completely, because they were actually there to help you, to teach you something. You brought that person into your life to teach you a lesson. Yes, I know that's hard to believe. Why would you want that terrible person in your life that did all these horrible things to you? It reminds me of a couple pages I've visited, or actually was on for a short time, because I was trying to learn what a narcissist was. And I see most of the people blaming the narcissist for their terrible life. Well, I think I was probably involved with a narcissist, and I probably was a narcissist back when I was drinking. So there you go. But the point I'm going to make is this. Nobody twisted my arm to go out with that person. Nobody made me do anything for that person. Nobody made me allow myself to be vulnerable, to open up emotionally, to fall in love. I did all that on my own. Yes, I did. So why can I blame someone else for what I did purposely? And if I continue to blame the other person and say, well, they were just bad, guess what? I'll end up with another person just like that. Until I look within myself, and until you look within yourself, say, hey, what is it about me that I feel like I need to be treated that way? In my case, I thought, I feel like that girl was devaluing me. And she was. But here's the deal. No one can devalue you without your permission. I had to devalue myself first before I would let someone else do it. So I thought, well, if I'm allowing that to be done to me, then I don't think highly enough of myself. So because of that relationship, I've done a lot of things. When I stepped out of it, that showed me that I valued myself. I took action to get out of something where I wasn't being treated the way I felt like I deserved to be treated. And thus from that became all kinds of other good things. I've written 2 books. I started this YouTube channel. We started the podcast, and my life, expanded and increased exponentially. It got wonderfully better. But I couldn't have done that without the help of this person that I thought was treating me so bad. And she wasn't treating me well. But hey, I needed that to look at myself and say, why do I feel like I deserve to stay in something like this? And when I did, I realized I didn't deserve to stay in that, and I got myself out of it. I walked away from it. That wasn't the first time I had got myself in these situations. Maybe it was because years ago I treated people that way, so I needed to be treated that way to learn from that that's not good, how it is to feel on the other end of that stick. So you can take out of it what you want. It's all how you decide. Really, nothing has meaning but the meaning you subscribe to it. Anyway, that's the meaning I subscribe to it. That I needed to learn what it was like to be on one side and the other. And I have. And from that, as I said, my life has gotten better. And your life will get better too when you quit pointing the finger. As they say, if you're pointing the finger at someone else, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. Think about that one. I got to go to work. Thanks for joining me. I hope this has been of value to you, and share it with a friend. I will see you tomorrow.